Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome inside the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. Please be joined by the head coach of the Hofstra Pride Women's Lacrosse team for the first time this season, Shannon Smith. Coach, welcome back.
Thanks for having me, Nick.
Let's look at the preseason for you, fall ball, just overall. How's the preseason been getting ready for this upcoming season?
It's been fun. I think, we have a brand new team this year. It's been fun trying to find, who's going to work well together. It's a new team, new chemistry that that we have to build on and off the field. So it's been a lot of fun, a lot of freshmen and sophomores, but I think we've been having great senior leadership from our two captains with Lindsay and Shelby, but then also the rest of the junior and senior class have been doing a great job at really stepping up and being veterans on the team.
Let's bring up last season, 11-6, 6-0 in conference, but from what happened going undefeated in conference play, losing the semifinals, what did you take from last season as a learning experience to get ready for this upcoming year?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously a disappointing end to our season. Yeah, are we excited that we went 6-0 in regular season? Yes, but at the end of the day, we have nothing to show for it because, we didn't win the CAA championship. We didn't get that automatic bid into the NCAA tournament. So I think we took last year as a learning experience. I think we started to change the culture of getting back to a winning tradition, but I think that now it's taking it to the next level and being able to play in the month of May and win that CAA championship and getting to that NCAA tournament. And I think, a lot of the players that came back last year have, they're hungry. They have fire in them. They're very unsatisfied with how last year ended, but I think they took it as a learning experience, obviously, how to play in a high-pressured game, how to play in certain situations, and how to just continually work really hard and never let that happen again to them.
Let's look at a few of the pieces on the field and what you lose. And Britton Altamar leading points, player in program history. Also, Sam Lennox in the attack is gone, but a lot of pieces still returning at the top. You have Tiana Perella, you have Morgan Knox, you add Lindsay Scott to the rotation. So still a lot of pieces for the talk outside being maybe Altamar not here, but there's still a lot to like with what you have in the attack.
Yeah, I think every team, every year, you lose, a few players in that senior class that were tremendous for your program. And I think that's the fun thing of being a coach. Every year is a new start, a new puzzle that we have to solve and put together chemistry. And like you said, we do have a great group of returning girls, and we have a great freshman class coming in. And Tiana and Morgan have been doing a great job at stepping up, and Lindsay Scott has been a great addition to the team. She brings a lot of leadership and a lot of experience to the table. It's kind of interesting to watch her go through. She's like a freshman and a senior at the same time. But defensively, we also have Shelby back there, who's a rock for us and has been doing a great job at leading the underclassmen. And Lindsay Alfano in the midfield, along with Becky Conto. We're really excited to have her back this year, finally healthy. So a lot of pieces, but then also a lot of young kids who have gotten a lot better from our freshman class last year with, Amanda Seacamp and Shay McAvoy have been doing a great job at stepping up for us. And then we have a couple of freshmen who are starting to fit in and really learn, so we're really excited to have our first game this season.
You touched basically all the bases with the midfield and the defense, so I'll go to the goalkeeping. Kelsey Gregerson not on the cage anymore, so basically anyone's job for the taking. So how's that going with two freshmen? You also have a mainstay in there with the likes of Alexis Green. So how's that going to be approached coming to this season?
Yeah, it's been fun. We made it an open goalie battle. We wanted them to compete every day. We wanted them to get better. I think each of them have different strengths and different weaknesses. So it's really finding out who's going to be more comfortable, leading the team back there in the cage, who's going to communicate the most, who's going to be able to understand our clear, how to get the ball in and out quick, and who's just going to overall just step up and take control of the defense, because that's what we're going to need. So we're excited. They're continuing to battle it out, and we're excited for our first game on Saturday.
And talked about a lot of freshmen on the team, a lot of sophomores. I believe it's 11 freshmen and 12 newcomers when you have Lindsay Scott, the graduate student. What have you seen from this freshman group so far? I know a few weeks ago we talked to you for the preview show. You said they're very competitive, so you still had a few more weeks to see. What are you seeing from this freshman class?
They are very competitive, and I have to credit Lindsay and Shelby for doing a tremendous job at making it a comfortable environment for them to walk into. I think it's very nerve-wracking as a bunch of freshmen to come into a college team. Yes, you walk into a group of friends, but it's nerve-wracking when you walk out on that field with a bunch of players who have been here before for their first practice, and especially during fall ball and preseason. But they've done a great job of making it a comfortable environment. And what I mean by that is that we have 11 freshmen who they don't care who they're going against. They are ready to battle. They're ready to beat you. If they're up on the line going for a ground ball as a freshman versus senior, the freshman's, talking smack to the senior and wanting to beat them for that ground ball. And I think that's the exciting part. They have a chip on their shoulder. They're aggressive. They're feisty. And they're competitive. And I think that's made a difference. And so it's been really fun to watch them grow. But at the end of the day, they're going to have to be able to play on the field during games. Practices and games are a lot different. We're going to need them to step up and make big plays for us.
And we have University of New Hampshire coming up this week to begin the season. And in the first few weeks and in the first few games with such a team with a bunch of freshmen and sophomores, what are you trying to see early on before you get into the grind of the schedule when CAA play comes around?
I think the biggest thing is remaining composed on the field, trying to eliminate the turnovers. I have a feeling the first 10 minutes of that UNH game, it's going to be a little bit of a rocky start. People are going to be nervous. First game out there, but trying to just remain composed. Defensively, we want to communicate. I think that's been a little bit of a struggle with us, with a lot of new faces, understanding our system. So we really want to communicate, and then we want to push the ball. This year, one of our goals this year is to be extremely fast with the ball, push the ball up the field, play quick on attack. So I think that's going to be a huge focus. It's been something I've been emphasizing since the beginning of the preseason, that we want to play fast and really push the ball this year, because we have the speed and the talent to do so.
And on Saturday at University of New Hampshire, first game of the season, New Hampshire went 6-10 last season. You beat them to open up the year 15-11 victory. Lose 3 of their top 5 scorers. So what are you expecting in New Hampshire?
Yeah, they have a phenomenal coach in Sarah Albrecht, so I'm expecting them to, like us, be able to replace that talent, find the new chemistry, and work with the talent they have. I think they're going to be fast and feisty and aggressive. I think they're going to go through the same thing as us, a little nerves in the beginning of their game. Definitely they have the home field advantage, but they always have a great defense that's aggressive. So that's something that we're going to have to be ready for and prepared for. And I'm sure their other 2 top goal scorers are going to come back and be a focal point of their offense. So just being able to contain them and being able to communicate on the defensive side.
She's the head coach of the Hofstra Pride Women's Lacrosse team, Shannon Smith. Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You've been watching the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com.